enough of them. Maybe he didn't expect that many Colossi, but now it looks like HuK is changing things up. He's switching to Immortals. Now that he's seen the tanks are out, and there's probably going to be more Marauders. And wow. Oh no, HuK lost an Immortal. Or sorry, a Colossi. So a little bit of bad play there by HuK, but hey, it happens to the best of us. Warping in more sentries. The sentries are going to be very effective right now. Guardian Shield is so effective against Terran. And this is something that players don't utilize enough. It's smart that HuK is getting Immortals out now, as they are the clear counter. I don't really want to say that word, but the clear unit of choice against Marauders, because they only take 10 damage per shot, and even against tanks. But putting the Guardian Shield up as well and throwing a couple Zealots up is going to reduce damage even further. So Marauders would only do 8 damage to Zealots, and they're only going to tanks would only do, you know, if they're not in siege mode, a little bit of damage. But having that Guardian Shield up around your Immortal and your Zealots, obviously the Immortal isn't affected by the Guardian Shield until after his Hardened Shield is gone, but still, people think that the Hardened Shield is the only thing good about the Immortal, but people neglect to see that the Immortal also has 200 life. So if you can get a Guardian Shield up around it, it's still going to take reduced damage from Marines and from the Marauders. And now the other thing is when Immortals are leading the way, they only take the 6 damage, obviously, from Marines. Marines aren't affected by Hardened Shields, as they only do 6 base damage. But in that case, the Guardian Shield does affect it, so the Marines are only going to be doing 4 damage, which makes the Immortals' shields last even longer. People don't see that enough, and they don't use Guardian Shield enough to take care of their Immortals. So the Immortal really needs to be a few, steps ahead of everything, and there needs to be Immortal, Sentry, and then your Stalkers, and your Zealots can be up there with your Immortals, like this. Very good, but the Immortal needs to lead the way. So HuK is using his Guardian Shields, but his Zealots, which are taking the brunt of the damage right now, aren't affected by the Guardian Shield. So very interesting engagement here. These Vikings, because of the Colossi that are stopped production, aren't going to be effective at all. But once again, that Guardian Shield, if you're going to activate as many Guardian Shields as HuK did, you may as well move one up a little bit so that it affects the Zealots. People don't really see how effective it is against Marines. I mean, look, that if they don't have any attack upgrade, that's reducing, what, 33% of their damage? That's a heck of a lot of damage. Taking 2 off of 6? Ugh. Oh, and not only that, but Protoss have an armor. Or, sorry, all Protoss ground units. Actually, wait. Yes, all Protoss ground units do have 1 armor. Well, out of the gateway anyways. I can't say that because I don't know about Dark Templar or High Templar. Anyways, I'm totally off topic here. And I hit F10. Ha! Sorry, guys. But what I was trying to say is sentries need to be used more against Terran with Guardian Shield, and once the tank nerf is put into place, it's going to be even more effective. Tanks, right now, taking 2 damage off of 50 splash isn't really going to make a difference. Yeah, the Zealots might maybe take an extra shot if they're lucky, but once the tank gets nerfed, what is it, down to like 25 plus 15 or 35 plus 15? Or I don't remember what it is. I haven't paid enough attention. But it makes the Guardian Shield that much more effective, and people just don't utilize it enough. And I missed a little bit of engagement here, but once again, really HuK is not doing this right because of the great positioning of this sensor tower. As I was saying before, if HuK pushes in here, MorroW sees it. If HuK pushes in here, MorroW sees it. There is nothing that HuK can do on the ground that MorroW is not going to be aware of and ready for. And these Stalkers just get completely obliterated. And of course, with the great positioning of this, no units can even get in close to take this out. Like, this is just absolutely abusing the map terrain that is available here on Scrap Station for the Terran player. The sensor towers, once again, an underutilized structure and a building, I guess you'd say. It is structure. Anyways. HuK here is on 3 base. Looking at the income tab, wow. I don't know how I missed this, but HuK has been probing up. Sounds gross, but he has been producing a lot of probes, and he's got 73 probes to 40. So his income, once again, this is familiar to Steps of War last game, but HuK's income is over double what MorroW's is, even with mules. Although MorroW has been using scans a lot lately. Anyways, Kaidaran Amulet is being researched for those Templar. I don't know where that... There it is. So, yes, Storm is finished, and ooh, a nice drop here by MorroW. Once again, MorroW absolutely abusing the dropship, medevac, and marine, or sorry, medevac, marine, and marauder play. And quickly just taking out a pylon and taking out all of his units while he comes down and hits over here too. So all these marauders and marines are going to stim up and take out this nexus. That is going to halt HuK's production quite a bit. So even though MorroW lost a lot of units in that engagement, the amount of mining time that he took away from HuK, not to mention the 400 minerals that he's got to use to rebuild this nexus, is going to be just very effective. But is there a drop here? Oh, I was scared there. Anyways, I don't want to miss any more drops, but if I do, I will back it up. I am not afraid to back it up. If I miss something, generally it could be because of my color blindness. It could be because I'm trying to analyze something. But if it's not live, I will totally just rewind things. So HuK here looking to take a 4th base. Well, this would be, yeah, his 4th, because this is also coming back up into play. But trying to take the gold is very bold at this point. And it looks like MorroW is just getting mined out. His main is mined out. It's only got about 300 to 500 minerals left there. And his natural is starting to be mined out as well. That's the really bad thing about Terran players and all the mules that they use, is the amount of, well, not the amount of, with the sheer amount of mules that you use, your mineral fields deplete so much faster. And it looks like MorroW's looking to take away the island here. He knows that he can't take this position as it's not really that well fortified. HuK does have a very, very nice, I guess, concave, you want to say, all across this bay, or across the map. He's got the whole side of the map. He really needs to take this base as well, just to bolster his economy that much more and allow him to just throw units away at this Terran barricade. He really needs to get rid of this sensor tower if he wants to push through, though. But MorroW is going to take this. He's going to fortify it up with a couple missile turrets. And it looks like HuK doesn't have anything to get down there. Oh, no, he does. He has a warp prism now. So he's going to warp down, or bring in 3 Templar. And that warp prism looks like it is going to die. Really bad positioning for that. But he is going to storm, and all these Marines and Marauders are going to die. No, 1 Marine does live, and 1 Templar has 5 health. A lot of SCVs being dropped down here as well. Archon being morphed, and this Archon does extra damage against biological. And peculiar as it is, SCVs are biological and mechanical. Wonder how that works. Wow. So I am on my game here, trying to get these drops under wrap here, but MorroW is dropping once again at the gold. There's a couple cannons here to reinforce. There's a pylon here as well. That pylon's not going to go down in time. These Templar are going to warp in, and blankets of storm just get thrown down. And HuK's army is going to clean this up here, but no, it looks like MorroW is going to use these dropships, sorry, medevacs, to pull away. So great use of those dropships, and now it looks like these Marines are going to take out this, that warp prism. If it would have got those units warped in, it would have been very effective. But it looks like HuK is on the offensive now. He wants to push in, bring these stalkers back. Okay, good. Wow, so much action in these games. I need another drink. Yummy, yummy water. So HuK is going to push in, really needs to lead with the Immortals. I don't know what he's thinking. He's got the Immortals in the back doing nothing. They're not even shooting right now, but nice storms going down on all of the tanks, Marines, Marauders, medevacs, everything. Everything gets cleaned up. HuK had the clear advantage right there. His army was just so much stronger. Now hitting on multiple fronts, MorroW does GG. So even though he didn't need to put these Immortals up front and take the brunt of the damage, he just brute forces his way past that barricade and cleans up MorroW's main base. So that takes the series to 2-2, guys. And I have to admit, for a show match, this is pretty epic so far. Big shout out once again to GoSuGuide.com. Go check them out. They put up the $200 for this show match. I'm not going to take all the credit here for casting these games without giving them a lot of props. So thank you, LZ. Thank you, In Control. You guys rock for bolstering esports. And stay tuned for Game 5.